What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I did want to talk about something after seeing an article about Forza Horizon 5. It does turn out this game has hit 44 million players. That is probably going to be insane for one specific reason which I had to talk about. That is only going to be on Xbox and PC, man. That is pretty dang impressive. And it's most likely going to be the most popular racing game ever, or at least I guess you could say the most popular current racing game. Am I right? 40 million players is a lot. Now, I do understand that you can argue not every one of those 40 million is playing. They probably have a lot of friends on, Xbox and PC that want to play it, but PlayStation players can't join you, so they're probably going to be forced to buy other games like The Crew or like Need for Speed or something, and them do some races and stuff. And then even on top of that, you're also not going to have a true crossplay system in Motorfest, so if you do have friends on other platforms, you can't even play with them because it's not going to be possible to invite them to your crew or play with them in free roam, which is where I think Forza Horizon really is going to shine. Not only will you be able to play with your friends on every single platform, drive around the entire map, mess around, drive different vehicles, race each other, there is legit not going to be another racing game on this scale to where you can do that. And I feel like that's something to where Motorfest is probably going to fall behind a bit. Even Need for Speed, even though Need for Speed is absolutely cooked at the moment. Nothing on that game most likely for around 2 years or so. But if you are looking at the current racing games, everybody does want to play together. You probably have friends on other platforms. Not everybody in a friend group has like a PC or something. Not everybody's going to have only an Xbox or a PS5. Maybe they prefer like the other platform, so they ended up buying that one. The thing is though, most games and a lot of games also suffer from the fact that you can't play with each other in them, or there's going to be some weird things you have to like mess with, or even have like a loophole to even join each other and play. So when I am looking at something like Forza Horizon 5 coming to PlayStation, the immediate thought I have is, well, this is probably going to be the biggest racing game on the market in that aspect. We all do know it's going to be on every platform, everybody can play it together, but again, there is not going to be another racing game you can do this on. Will Motorfest end up having something like this? Well, hopefully in the future, but at the moment, I feel like they're not really focusing on the crossplay aspect. Only the grand races have crossplay, which is not that great of a system. You cannot do anything like that in the main free roaming part of it. Even the servers are a bit unstable. So yeah, there's probably going to be some work to do there. One thing I did end up laughing about though is when Forza Horizon had the announcement that it's coming to PS5, one of the main things they had on Twitter was going to be the fact that it's crossplay. They definitely know what they are doing. And the fact it's going to have 40 million players on just those two platforms, man, like, that really is crazy to me, though, because that's only going to be Xbox and PC with Forza. And look how big the game is now. Again, I understand that, yeah, it's going to have 40 million players. That's not going to be the true player base because, well, everybody obviously isn't playing the game. This can go for any game on the market. Like, you can look at the leaderboard and see like 200K or something. Those are going to be the ranked players where there might only be like 30,000 on it or something like that. That is going to make sense because not everyone plays the game every day. Not everyone ranks up. That does make complete sense, but even then though, that is going to be 40 million without PlayStation. We all do know right now PlayStation has a very big number of players on it. I do understand to my knowledge that PlayStation has a lot more console sales than Xbox. Do let me know in the comments on that, but I did see things on that on like Instagram or even on Google and stuff like that, so I'm probably going to take that is real. And with that though, a lot of players probably don't have access to certain games that people probably really do want to play. Forza is probably one of them. If you are a racing game fan, you're probably on PlayStation, you got Gran Turismo. Insane. We all got to say that. Like, I do understand each racing game has their own unique thing. They probably have licensing things where they can't do everything in the said game or have every car in it. But we gotta admit that though, like if you're and with that, you're probably going to see cars you would most likely never see in Motorfest, or at least they're most likely never going to be added. On top of all that, you're going to have a crazy car list. You can use any of them, whether that's going to be building like a crazy Toyota Supra, maybe building like a race car, going against your friends on every single platform in a huge open world. Like, think about how crazy that does sound. For me personally, I am looking forward to off-roading, building like a trophy truck, driving some of the vehicles in that game like a dune buggy or something that Motorfest will most likely never get, and also certain trucks that I would say are most likely never going to show up either. So yeah, we can all agree that car list alone is going to be insane. Throw on everything on top of that, like the events, the things you can do, the multiplayer, and then the last thing you can sprinkle onto that is going to be free roam crossplay, guys. Like, for me, that's probably going to be the biggest thing. I do know people are arguing that, yeah, Forza's not getting updates anymore, other racing games are, but that's the thing. Forza's still going to offer a lot of things other racing games don't, and I do feel like it's going to be a great change for everybody on PlayStation and even existing players on Xbox and PC now, because guess what? Your friends are also going to be on the game now, so you can now play with them in free roam, do events, and you can finally play with your friends in an open world racing game on this scale. I feel like that really is going to be a great win, not only for all the players, but also on top of that, the overall competition. With that is probably going to make other racing games improve. Maybe they can battle things out and try to figure out what players really do enjoy. I gotta admit, I feel like it's going to be a big win. But with all that being said, though, I am going to do a small prediction right now and say there could be an extra 10 million players from PlayStation alone. Right there is still probably going to be successful, but I might even say it could even be more than that. But do let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. I gotta admit, I really am excited to see what does end up happening in the racing genre. I feel like Forza Horizon 5 coming on PlayStation really is going to stir things up, and most likely in a good way with the other racing games currently out, and who knows, even the future of racing games as well.